Where do I begin, guys? Yesterday, on the way home from work, I was getting onto the freeway and I heard kind of a funky noise and my engine shut off. And I spent a long time on the shoulder trying to get it started. I even went so far as to replace a condenser. I was just trying to throw things at it, because usually I can get this thing started, even if I have to push start it. But I wasn't able to. So I crawled off the freeway using the starter. And then my buddy here at the shop, he came over with his tow strap and towed me over to the shop. So, I was like, well, let me take a quick look at this. I popped the valve cover off and I cranked the motor, and there was no movement in the valves. So I did a short saying that my timing chain had broken. I kind of misspoke. This thing's got timing gears, not a timing chain. So I came in here today and I started dissecting this engine, and this is just a couple hours worth of work. I got most of the stuff off here. So you can see a lot of 6-cylinder parts lying around here. Everything seems to be in decent running condition as far as I can see. There was no anomalies in the head gasket or the head. There's no sunk valves or anything like that. I didn't see any. All the push rods seem fine. There was no issues there. My exhaust is cracked. If anybody wonders why I have a pretty consistent exhaust leak, you can see it right there. I didn't weld that. Nope, I didn't do that. I'm just kidding. No. But that's where we're at now. I've disassembled enough to access, just to see the cylinders themselves and to take the timing cover off. But what I didn't realize is that the two bottom bolts, let me see if I can get down here for you guys, on this timing cover in a 235, you can only see the very tips of the bolts because they're let in through the oil pan. So I have to drop the oil pan now. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. But it's been, this is only a couple hours of work, so it hasn't taken me too long to get it apart. And I'm just trucking through it. Alva was talking about coming by and giving me a hand. I don't know, he said he's pretty busy as well. But this is her, guys. This is the old 6-cylinder. This is the first time in 10 years of ownership that I've had the head off. And it's kind of funny, when the guy sold it to me, he told me the engine was rebuilt, and I kind of thought he was full of it, but you guys can see right there, she sure has been. A little helicoil action here too, check that out. But yeah, this is her. And like I said, everything looked pretty good coming off. There was nothing too crazy. I was pretty happy with the condition of everything. I thought there'd be a lot of crud in the rocker shaft and everything else, and there's definitely some carbon in these chambers, but it's a 63-year-old engine. How much can you expect? But pretty good, I think. Get a little closer look for you guys who are interested. And head gasket as well. I was always worried that the head gasket had split, it was sharing compression, little stuff like that, but I never had any proof of it, and obviously it wasn't the case, so I never got in here. This is the most I've ever taken this 6-cylinder apart, and it's really forgiving. Honestly, it's really forgiving, except for those two bolts in the oil pan. But that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm gonna clean up a little bit. I'm gonna jump under there and I'm gonna take that oil pan off. But let's see what happens, guys. Maybe I can find out what's wrong with this thing, see if it's at all repairable. But I have my doubts, because this thing's got a pretty bad knock right now. Let's see if I can do that one on camera. Let's see if I can do this here. Pretty consistent, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look and we'll see what's going on. In the meantime, I hope everybody's having a great weekend out there. This is a little bit disheartening, but I'm enjoying myself out here. It's nice to actually do some work on the truck for once instead of everybody else's cars, right? And you guys stay safe. Again, enjoy your weekend. Check your fluids.